episode if we can.
Oh,
the landscape of Jesus.
Right. Even though
Dude, this track and field it has like grass?
Gila, mereka masuk seperti biasa ya.
Karena itu banyak banget men di musim ini.
What the hell?
Kenapa kok tiba-tiba jadi kayak kucing, ada lucu.
What is with people meowing?
What are you doing?
こういうの見て2度目なんだけど。そして後ろから見るっていうこのシチュエーション
That can't be any worse than whatever you were talking about with doing with your phone.
Enggak, itu pasti tapi kiranya. Ya, tapi kayak kucing.
I still don't understand these cameras.
You can't be looking for a cat at this
Does he think
point.
there's a cat there? Because she keeps
No, you're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do. You're not gonna meow in front of her.
Really?
Dude, that's big ass game. What the hell are you on?
It's common the way she is.
I must have just yeah, just let it
Oh my
happen.
god, this guy actually just meowed. This can't be real.
All the creative shots and stuff, so Microsoft quite likes it. Again, not quite as
Well, that was a cute way to start the episode.
みんなでなんかなんつうのかな
I actually quite like the fact that they're doing more of the background, saying some of the characters. I think it does the best saying the background rather than adding the animation to the walk-on scenes.
Awal-awal itu jadi kucing gitu ya.
さってお皿出して
They do choose some interesting shots though, don't they? Like the
That sounds
perspective we saw
familiar.
of them is
Was there something like that
Usually see
recently in
kind
a different show where there was a bag and it was like
going on.
somebody thought it was a cat or some other animal or some. I can't. There's no way I'm gonna remember what
ビニー
show.
ル触ったらわかるでしょ
But I
Again,
swear
it's
that
quite
happened
welcome to
recently.
me in these type of
い
shows,
くら
honestly.
ねこの視覚がやられてても
Maybe a
さ
few weeks ago or maybe even
他
further
の
back
五
though. I don't
感
know.
よ
Ya kan motonya tadi kan ada kalau selalu lihat tadi di logonya ya. Animation Entertainment to Advance.
It's probably a show from the spring season.
Jadi emang mereka itu emang nggak main-main cuy buat adaptasi anime ya.
このメガネネタで
Kalau secara kualitas ya. Gimana kira kualitasnya itu emang cukup tricky untuk sebagian orang istilahnya kayak
多分捕まってくんじゃないかと思うんだよね
apa sih bahasanya
前回自分の気持ちみたいな
segmen itu gitu.
あれみたいな
Sebagian itu sebagian orang ada yang suka ya ada yang suka deh.
Yeah, I do like the picture of the
You okay, my guy?
Not sure how I feel
I
about
do wonder if we ever will.
Unless you're the one writing the
Use
love
side
letter
characters, don't get me
tone.
wrong. I wonder if they'll ever actually kind of have any kind of involved.
How dare you? Get away from me.
Ah, ada orang lain.
Get away from her.
Bawain kemet kelas gitu. Itu dia.
狙われてんのか
I hate this.
Nyari kesempatan.
Oh,
Gimana?
no, you did not just grab her. He hasn't really done anything. He's not the protagonist.
もやもやするよね
Right? I mean, yeah, don't worry, I'm getting upset too.
Itu kayak masih si orang itu aja yang cari kesempatan gitu.
She thinks it's cold.
In your ass, bitch.
これ知ったら
They have that kind of look. 分かってたらあのテイスト
Ya.
思ってたから
Também eu não percebo que de voz é complicado isso. Ali,
I mean, that's good. Gee, that- Ooh, get in there! Why are you just standing there, you dingus?
That's my guys kind of help release a bit of.
Yes, that's Komura.
Você percebe que eu tô de boa.
Damn, this Asuma guy.
Tadi siapa? Asuma.
Suck it, bro. Like you're popular, go get with someone else.
We're trying to figure out who's in
Ya,
front of
aduh,
me.
nggak bisa kemana lagi dia. Bisa gitu loh.
How do you keep forgetting them?
Ya, why gitu.
How do you not notice you can't see?
Dia sudah luka.
I'm sorry.
Glasses
Glasses in her bag or something like
I mean, yeah, you kind of like
precisam, obviamente.
ugly, man.
There's gotta be something she can do.
Ya kan buat lihat nih, biar bisa
Mas eu só ficou engraçado não ficar sempre assim. I think I just a little bit, not quite
Do you want her to have her glasses?
Nah, I think she's doing it on purpose.
I'm non-welcoming.
I can't tell. She's looking the other way.
Tapi yang gua bingung itu adalah dia tuh nggak bisa ngelihat, tapi dia itu tahu gitu loh tempat duduknya dia di mana.
Oh wow. So yeah, because she was worried about
Promised land.
Makanya kan biasanya tuh
Dude, you also know this Square Enix because it's literally like Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, that's like landscape shit. Like, it's literally it. Like,
no. Never mind.
okay.
Pasti orang mikir,
Well, that's a new look he hasn't seen before.
Os olhos, acho que eles precisam parar ali, existe. Como ela fica assim,
見てる方の方
Tapi dia berdamage itu masih habis habis itu dia.
how are we gonna keep it back?
Komura needs to like
Man, she can't read that like shit in giggle, bro.
get a pair of glasses, like, but she doesn't know
I
like.
feel like they like this.
Something needs to
What do you
change.
What? That
Somehow.
her being that cute
To help.
Masih kepikiran dong sampai begitu.
Yeah, that look.
Berubah ya.
No, you can't speak of in the bath. That's a good idea, bro. You can't.
Terlalu berdamage.
Not in bed either.
Lifelong memory. Yeah, I don't think I would forget that either.
My man
Oh,
had
she has
such a
her
big
glasses.
ass memory. It turned into that place.
Starting with me, alright.
The girl I like remembered her glasses.
What do you mean?
Know much about Japanese words.
My
Oh,
webcam.
sure told you. Well, that's
She
fun.
played Wasureta-chan, but she kept losing.
You can almost
She wants to get
Well, I don't see any problem with that.
Unprotected wrap.
Yeah, but no, but screw the glasses.
Yes.
You can't be playing with Asuka. I'll call him Asuma for some reason because Asuka.
Dia bicara
We're gonna somehow end up on some word that's gonna be embarrassing to say. He thinks of it.
Oh, there we go. Ringo, Gorilla, Paprika,
Seru banget sih ya.
Omiushi as sea slugs. Why are we doing
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not say that out loud in front of the class, please. He's not holding.
ちょっと録音させてほしい
Aí eu não percebi.
Challengers? Tishimar. Inko. Alright.
Tem a ver uma coisa com
Kogo. Oshigaeru. Nureto.
I don't understand this game, bro. Like, one.
No. That was the.
Wow.
It's sort of the worst class, like, oh, these two or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Forgot about that.
These two were together.
I think Komura would have. I don't understand this game, but like,
There's no word for that. Starts. You could just stop the Komura. It would have been fine.
Iya nggak sih?
It's cleaning duties. Why don't you have these glasses? It's because maybe dust and shit.
Kena emosional, baby. Hilang lagi tuh kacamata, kemana lagi kacamata, jadi udah habis lagi.
I don't think they're wrong.
Tadi kacamata, sekarang kacamata hilang lagi. Dia emang random ya, karena kan tangannya itu
Is that a cockroach?
学校で見ないよね。
aduh, kecoa ya.
Because maybe it's to symbolize that she can see it properly as well.
Dimanapun dia masuk.
It's a cunt.
Si apa?
Ya ada mahasiswa parah penjerotik tim ibu.
I'm sorry.
Or is it like?
Somebody told me to think that. I think I've seen it.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I don't know why they're
Exactly. Just
Okay,
don't
good,
match
good.
Wait, is it not
Too close.
censored anymore?
Muy cerca. 止まんないであと2歩くらい来てくれたら
This
They shall like
No.
Still close for comfort.
Y él también. Oh,
Iya. Langsung tahu ya. Let's go.
It flies as well. Oh my god.
I know.
Reminds me of a funny story.
Again, Mia.
I cried when I saw one myself.
Kacamata bawa.
No, you did.
してる人は人生で1、2回くらいやってるやつ。
It's okay. Yeah.
I've never done that with my glass. I have grounds that I had like that's
Now you gotta put it on.
Yeah, put them on her.
Iya, dipakai. Kalau sesuatu aku bukan seperti itu gitu.
I thought.
I swear to God, glass showed up.
Yes. Come on. You really?
Iya sih.
Yeah.
Aku pikir SD-nya
It's not as weird as I just
You're wasting
would be.
too much time. That's gonna sound weird as hell. Like, just go for it.
mata.
He's gonna stab her in the eye.
Kan kacamata kan tinggal pakein aja gitu ya.
Oh.
Like putting a ring to the
Salah masuk ya
You're
dia.
such an idiot, bro. Like, you are.
Oh, she just fixed it.
Kena giginya.
Dude, this guy like has opportunities and he's like fumbling. You're fumbling the
Can't
back.
handle that.
Iya, benar cinta pendek-pendek banget. Jadi kayak cinta, ini kayak satu chapter satu.
I mean,
Oh no, the
yeah.
love letter. No.
We're not ready so far, hasn't it been?
Satu adaptasi
What
kan.
is
Segmen.
This is another girl.
Oh,
Is she
ini
trying to
satu
get to a guy and Mie's somehow gonna end up with What's gonna happen?
Oh no. This is
She's gonna end up getting into coma or something.
Ini dapat surat cinta.
Or is Comer gonna think someone gave it to her?
I did think it was maybe a bit
Oh, okay.
Amazing letter. Thank God she can guess that.
some random girl dropped it.
Oh my gosh, she's handing him a love letter.
What, like, from the way the trailer looks, it looked like as it's
She did forget how to guys.
I don't think you should do that though.
I'm not sure if boys love that.
Azuma.
So I think that's
Ren Azuma.
too
Iya.
says it.
Oh, jadi dia kira dia yang ngirim si siapa?
Oh, we can start to do that.
Iya.
Yeah.
No, he can't assume that, right? Because she found it.
Again, it could have been a situation if I didn't have anyone's name.
Yep, just
That could have been a bit like
No,
right there.
you do not go hand that to him. No. No, no,
you can't give it to him.
Dia malah kasih
Stop her.
salah paham nih nanti.
Comer.
Sadar MC sadar.
You can't do that.
Biarkan dia menerima itu.
Oh my god. Why did Komura let her walk
Oh,
off?
Azuma tuh beda kelas.
No, that's such a misunderstanding.
Ya.
So you found this on the ground.
Ya.
Say that someone dropped it.
Ya.
I guess I can't be. She was a little bit.
Komura, this is your fault. 100% your fault.
He was a little bit scared.
Alright, Komura's back to
Ya.
Explain to her, my god. Explain.
Oh, someone else can tell her.
Não percebeu o tom de voz?
I don't think she
Pegou a
dislikes
carta
him.
de aba,
but-
pronto.
She's gonna respond like it's normal. I like him as it. Oh my god. This girl is actually pissing me
Yeah,
off, dude.
that's what she means. But Komura, just speak up saying what happened. Like, just
Vai, eu espero que tenha algo diferenciando ela da...
it should, but it could also say something like, just come to this location at this time without a name, you know?
Oh, dia baca sendiri cuy.
I imagine that's my
Gila, kosong. Emang ikemen banget aja, sok-sok ikemen banget aja. Sangat dikali banget tuh yang ngerasa kayak ikemen aja.
I mean,
Iya.
you did this to yourself. I'm sorry.
Sure is that. It's understandable.
better not twist the situation now, Mazuma.
At least tell him that it's like, I mean, you can't just.
Yeah, hopefully this understanding is on there.
Probably not.
Because she could have just said that she picked it up and that's for him.
I really hope it says a name on that letter. What if it's not even a love letter? What if it's just a heart sticker, but it's not?
Ya, gak bisa ngapa-ngapain juga gitu. Dia juga gak bisa ngelurusin atau gimana gitu ke siapa dia gitu.
Although I have a feeling you might be one of those guys.
Si biaya pun juga gak bisa
Talk to her and
ngejelasin
just
juga
tell her
gitu.
what's going on.
Tapi semoga Azuma gak salah.
Vai viver no arrependimento.
This show is starting to piss me
Para
off.
kejadian sebelumnya.
But she can't see, so why would she say that?
She likes you. Come on.
Oh, Azuma.
German Shepherds.
How did you know that? Okay, how does this someone ship out?
De tonta agora, vai ter essa altura. Aqui é essa menina tão doida. What does that got to do with it?
Respond to her before she gets really close.
Yeah, Komura-kun. Komura, look at me right now, man.
どうしたのじゃないよ。
Chorando? Just my Viva technologies.
Komura, man.
Ah,
He's about to cry. I think so.
Tá frustrado, hein?
泣きそうなんじゃない震えてる。
That all doesn't matter though if we just keep it between us two.
Because you gave a love letter to him.
Explain to her,
Tahu aja gitu loh apa yang terjadi. Enggak, maksudnya gini loh. Masalahnya sih kita gak tahu apa-apa ya.
Ah,
いやだからそれその言い方もちょっとな。
he said.
Yeah.
But what kind of like you
Are you gonna ask?
serious or
Ya
not?
karena sudah Suki yang
Ooh.
People will ask me.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry, what?
Peraí.
Is it because they're just all healed?
Ya kenapa?
Does that need to be asked?
Oh.
Iya.
No, which. No. No, which.
Enggak dalam hati. Sama aja.
Ah, vai tentar dar boca pra fora.
Jadi yang atas sebagai bisa dibilang ya kayak biasa. Ya oke lah.
7割方こう
The show does progress fast, doesn't it? Something quite like that.
Way to ruin the moment. Did he wait for this specific time? Like,
Just say it. Oh, but like, oh, this girl. This girl is... Dude, you are starting to...
Caused this whole situation.
Tapi kayak sih asal-asal.
Is it even a love letter?
Dia nyantai begitu cuy pas
The way he's acting, the way he let
What if he knows? Not even he doesn't want to step in. If he doesn't want to...
aman. Bagian aman sih. Soalnya pas hari soalnya dikasih ke kakak Kokura.
Yeah, if he accepts her, then I think she'll be very confused at what's going on.
Just read it. Dude, you're taking forever. You're looking like a... Oh. Dude, you're looking like an idiot. Just read it, Christ.
Just open your eyes.
Ai, cara, abre o olho, cara.
Eu concordo com o que tu falou.
Don't stay away.
He's a really good dude. Também gosta do papo.
Oh my god, this guy's a homie. This guy's a homie.
So I just returned it.
Honestly, you know
Aman kan? Jelas gitu. Kebetulan Azuma bukan.
Go on.
Sebelumnya emang agak
No, dude, don't fumble the bank. Don't fumble the bank.
Tapi gara-gara yang dia tahu itu
Actually, like so much different type of light.
Na dele ou não também.
This guy homie dropped the shit out of you, bro. Like,
So that's what he did. He heard her say.
Entendeu? Se gostar talvez.
Como ela conspira pro chat de
Interpretações aqui,
you know what? This episode pissed me off. So,
He seriously should have just stopped.
kayak waktu awal-awal kan dia pakai kacamata
man up. Just go for it. Try.
What would have made it better is if she discovered partway through the day after the living that she actually had her glasses.
beda kacamata
MVP in the episode. Dude, I saw him strangle the dude.
Also, there's no way she's accidentally
Like
forgetting
more
her
than
glasses.
like Azuma is a homosexual. And pretty much it's probably what you said. Like, I got so much max, I need guys. Just go for it, bro. I got you, homies. And he's like, oh my god. But that was pretty nice. And also, this episode showed a lot of days in succession, and she missed it. She forgot the last day. She just skipped it. And she's like, at this point, it is, right? Like, can you feel it? Like, also, I think the biggest plot point here, the biggest plot reference to saying is what she said to the home. Yeah, I like Asuna, but I thought people I thought were going to talk about this because no, but actually like you, and it's like come on, like it has to.
I chose a pair of glasses for the
Honestly, the weekend.
wait.
Exactly. It's like I like us, but I like dude, it's like okay.
What's
A lot of
this?
emotions. I'm enjoying it. So
jadi kayak berikutnya bakal gantian
In her reaction,
you need to man up more. We'll get there. Hopefully, we'll see the next year. So
jadi
next episode, we also saw a little and it seems like Kuma is in for a beating.
kayak apa ya berasa
I'm just saying.
banget adaptasi daripada
Yeah,
namanya.
for sure. So, get into the next one.
Soalnya berasa banget tuh ya cut.
And if you guys
She actually see what's going on.
you also
Kayak
felt
misalkan apa
we
namanya
that's the fucking misunderstanding.
yang
The second
permainan
light
kata
is, I
gitu
mean,
ya,
that's
kan mereka
she's reacting like
ngelakuin permainan
when
kata
it's in,
gitu kan
this is
kayak
big through the light. We're set.
nah si Mia
Bang.
tiba-tiba beberapa
I never got
mungkin
live
pas
live.
1 hari kan nah pas beberapa ini
Nah,
dia tiba-tiba kacamatanya hilang dia kadang lupa kacamatanya gitu loh terus tiket kan waktu itu jadi kayak lah tadi sebelumnya kacamata terus gitu kan terus tiba-tiba apa ganti lagi maksudnya dia datang lagi gitu kan dia kesannya di atas kepala gitu kan jadi kayak belum berasa banget cut per cutnya gitu ya dan emang ini nggak ada persen dari manganya mungkin gua nggak tahu pendek atau enggak gitu ya karena ya gua nggak tahu lagi tadi berasa banget emang apa namanya ceritanya itu emang kayak pendek-pendek banget. Nah tapi yang tadi ya highlight utama dari episode ini ya jelas si Azuma tadi ya bahasa kesalahpahaman yang dialamin sama Komura gitu kan. Dimana kan di awal-awal tadi si Azuma kan ngebantuin si Mie gitu kan nyari kacamata dia gitu. Ya istilahnya Azuma ini istilahnya meskipun tadi di akhir gua bilang bahwa respect gitu ya si Azuma gitu ya kan dia tahu dan nggak ngapa-ngapain juga istilahnya gitu kan bahkan terkesan support si Komura gitu kan dia tahu bahwa perasaan Komura itu kayak gimana tapi di awal-awal emang dia tuh emang agak nyuri-nyuri kesempatan sih maksud gua kayak tiba-tiba megang tangannya si siapa namanya megang tangannya si itu Mie-chan gitu kan istilahnya itu bahkan gue bilang kayak tangan gitu ya tangannya apa berani-beraninya gitu ya maksud gua gitu dan ya emang kayak gara-gara kejadian mungkin dia tuh awalnya ngincer si Mie-chan tapi apa namanya setelah akhirnya dia tahu bahwa si Mie-chan ini ngira dia itu sebagai Komura gitu kan makanya mungkin dia akan rasa kayak apa oh kayaknya nggak bisa nih istilahnya nggak bisa si Mie-chan gitu udah nyerah aja gitu atau kayak gimana nggak tahu gua nggak tahu tuh intensi awalnya si siapa si Azuma itu apakah dia cuma pengen dibantuin aja atau kayak gimana gua nggak tahu tapi sampai kayak megangin tangan gitu loh maksud gua kayak oke gitu kan dan mungkin dia ngincer si Mie gitu kan tapi kelas apa intinya kayak gitu dan gara-gara kejadian itu akhirnya si siapa namanya si Azuma akhirnya apa namanya mungkin tahu ya bahasanya terkait dengan dia itu kayak gak ada kesempatan akhirnya dia apa kaget gitu lah ini surat dari siapa nih dari si siapa namanya dari si Mie-chan nggak mungkin ngasih surat ke dia gitu kan istilahnya karena mereka pun juga nggak pernah ngomong atau kayak gimana gitu kan dan kita lihat dari personalitinya si Mie-chan sendiri pun juga nggak bisa nggak mungkin lah bahasanya gitu ya kira makanya dia ngecek itu di luar tuh ngeceknya di luar dibaca terus dia ketawa kan karena ya emang surat itu bukan dari si Mie-chan tapi dari orang lain gitu dan tujuannya si siapa namanya tujuannya si Mie-chan itu cuma nganterin doang. Nah kenapa gue bilang tadi gue respect karena kalau misalkan dia itu emang ngincer ini makanya gue masih 50-50 nih masih abu-abu nih menurut gue dimana Azuma itu ngincer atau enggak gitu ya karena kalau misalkan dia tuh ngincer gitu ya dia tuh pasti bakal manfaatin momen itu untuk berusaha ngedeketin Mie-chan gitu istilahnya berusaha untuk ngedeketin si Mie gitu kan dengan kesalahpahaman yang terjadi tadi dan si Mie juga belum klarifikasi juga kan istilahnya jadi bisa aja tuh dibablasin sama si siapa sama si Azuma gitu kan tapi nyatanya dia malah ngelurusin itu dan bahkan tadi ngedukung si Komura gitu kan jadi kayak gue ngerasa kayak emang di awal-awal tadi tuh istilahnya gitu ya emang niatan awalnya Azuma itu emang cuma pengen ngebantuin meskipun ngebantuinnya itu emang literally kayak ikemen banget gitu ya maksud gue tadi baca bukunya pun juga pakai baca kertas surat cintanya pun juga sampai kayak ikemen tangan di kantong nyender di jendela gitu ya gitu anjing maksud gua. Tapi jelas apa namanya ya setidaknya kesalahpahamannya berakhir dengan aman gitu ya bahasanya tapi ya menurut gue yang paling berdamage di episode ini menurut gue kayak di awal-awal tadi sih maksud gue yang pas Mie-chan jadi apa namanya jadi kucing gitu ya maksud gue kayak miau lucu banget padahal itu ngomong itu sama plastik men maksud gue aduh gitu kan tapi itu lucu banget men oh my god bener-bener jadi sekitar aja untuk episode ketiga dari Suki no Koga Megane wa Wasureta terima kasih sudah menonton jangan lupa untuk like, komen, dan subscribe dan nyalakan juga notifikasinya. Oke, sampai jumpa di episode berikutnya episode keempat kayak gitu ya. Oke, segitu aja terima kasih. Bye.
I guess that is like the reason why everyone's doing it whenever they're without their partner. And that is exactly like an involuntary way of doing. So, but Mia is obviously concerned about, like what her friend said, that, you'll have wrinkles. So she's like, alright, you know what, let me do something. So when Komura comes in, and Komura's like, oh, Mia-san, and Mia just looks at him, all eyes just like, like popped out like this, like, and she's like, oh, good morning, Komura-kun, with that big eyes. And Komura's like, oh my god, what is this? Is this an angel? And then a few moments later, Mia's like, oh no, I cannot do it, sorry about that, and just constricts her eyes again, and like kind of squints. And then she's like, okay, like, like I cannot do it, I have to keep doing it like this. And then she like greets him and like wishes him good morning and everything. So throughout that day, Komura was completely in a different world, even after coming back to home, even after going through his bath, even when he was trying to fall asleep, he is wide awake because of that. That made a lasting impression in him. He's probably never going to forget that. Right. Now, the next part is the Shiritori. And she's like, oh, let's play Shiritori, Komura-kun, because I'm always losing against Asuka-chan. So she's like, let's start. And they start the Shiritori, and you can see that Komura's taking it easy. So Mia's like, oh, don't take it easy. Like you have to make me go through tough situations so that I can do it properly when the time comes. And she's like, you can do it better, Komura-kun. Don't bother about me. You can bully me more. Oh my god. And then Komura's like, alright, you know what, fine, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. So they start speeding it up. And now, okay, I need to see this part. Wait a minute. So, wait, how did she lose? She says Tombi, Bikkuri Bako, Ko. And she says Komura-kun. Yeah, she did lose. Komura said hi after that. So, didn't he lose? Like, why did she think that she lost? Bikkuri Bako and then Komura-kun. Yeah. I don't know why she thought that she lost. But obviously, he lost here because he got surprised and he thought that he was calling her. Like, yeah, that's why he was like, oh, like, hi. But it doesn't matter. A game's a game, Like, you lost. Whatever reason it was. So yeah, he's the one who lost here. I don't understand why Mia thought that she lost. Wait a minute, let me check this part. And she's like, I ended on a N. Wait, why? Wait. Oh, was there like a word that like an exception that they made that, oh, you shouldn't end it with N? If you end it with N, you lose or something? Was there like a condition like that? Wait. I don't understand. Maybe I'm not exactly sure here, but so apparently her ending it with N-kun made her lose. Like she thinks that. So yeah. However, obviously Komura-kun is like, oh no, like don't worry, Mia-san. It's me that lost. Right. Anyways, okay. Yeah, I don't understand I think it's like there's an additional rule to it. I'm guessing the Shiritori. So I didn't understand that part because in my opinion, didn't she win? Like, so she cannot end it with N. I guess that's like a conditional rule that they made or something like that. I'm not really sure. Anyways, so right. Okay, now anyways, so after that, the next scene we see they are actually, like cleaning the hallway, duty. And Komura's like, oh, whatever cleaning it is, even if it's cleaning, it seems like a beautiful time whenever I'm with Mie. Even though there are other people here, but still it doesn't matter, like all that matter is that she's here. So while he's like reveling in his in that like like that whole situation, in comes the cockroach, and oh my god. I love how they censored it. You know what? It seems weirder by censoring it. If they actually showed the cockroach, it probably would have been fine. The fact that they're censoring it makes it even weirder. Like, I'm like, what the hell? At first I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I'm like, oh, it's a cockroach. So this is one thing I find it quite funny. How I've seen it in other animes as well. They call it Goki, or like, you know, like something like they literally like censor the word as well. Like they call it like Goki, or like, you know, like something like that. I've seen this in another one or two animes as well, where not only do they censor the thing, but they also censor the word as well, and they're like, oh, Goki, that's a Goki, like, you know, doesn't really say the full word as well. Like, it's such a taboo. Like, you know, among girls, cockroach, that they don't even say the full name. They're like, oh, it's a Goki. So I love how this cockroach is making noises like Goki Goki, like a Pokemon. Like, what the hell? Right. So he's like, oh no, like, no, what should I do if I like she cannot see it. So if she realizes there's a cockroach here, she'll be startled. So he's like, he tries to call Mia here, and she's like, Mia-san, come here. And Mia just comes to him and just like stares at his face, and she's like, what's going on? And this one girl, she was like, what the hell is happening here? And then she looks on the other side and she sees the cockroach, and she screams, and she's like, oh, there's a cockroach here, and bam, Mia just grabs onto Komura, and yeah, there you go, and the cockroach just flew away. It's funny how, like, you know, like, I remember back in, like, you know, like, I wouldn't call it like when I was a kid, but even like, you know, in my high school, middle school, I was afraid of cockroaches as well. My god. Yeah, it used to freak me out. And I was afraid of cockroaches, I was afraid of spiders. I'm still afraid of spiders. I don't like spiders. They look weird. They have 8 legs. It freaks me out. And then sometimes there's this big, like, you know, like spiders. Those are even more, like, you know, crazier. So I still don't like spiders. Spiders are weird. I don't like them. But, you know, like, the whole, I not only spiders, but I hated cockroaches as well, I remember. And then in college, I remember in came the science class where it presented with a cockroach, and we were like, oh, you have to cut this cockroach. And I'm like, what the hell? I cannot do that. I cannot touch a freaking cockroach. I'm scared of them. But obviously you cannot really say that to the teachers. You have to do it. And yeah, I had to do it. I had to freaking cut the, you know, like the way we dissect cockroaches. I had to, like, you know, like kind of like put my hand on them. Obviously, like, we had gloves and everything, but still, it's weird. Hand on them, and, like, you know, like, had to properly, like, you know, arrange the different body parts after dissecting it, and like the brain, the antenna and everything. And oh my god, like, and then by the end of it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of used to it. And after, from that point onwards, my trauma for cockroaches went out the window. I don't care about cockroaches nowadays. I'm fully fine with it. So even if a cockroach just springs at me and tries flying towards me, I won't be bothered. Like, that actually helped me like, you know, like, conquer my fear of cockroaches, that whole thing. So yeah, I'm just afraid of spiders now. I don't care about cockroaches nowadays. So that's like a thing. Right. Like, I've dissected, like, how many? Like, at least 20 cockroaches. So I feel like I'm used to everything now. At least anything related to cockroaches. Right. Anyways, so after that, in the next scene, we get to see Mia is in her class, and Mia's like, oh, I forgot my glasses again. It's on her head. And Komura's like, Mia-san, it's on your head. And as soon as she realizes, she's like, oh, and it falls down. Thankfully, it wasn't broken. And Komura grabs it, and Mia's like, oh, can you please put it on me? And obviously, Komura's like, oh no, what the hell is this? And she didn't really say. She was like just puts her like, you know, face like, you know, forward, closes her eyes, and that, just like that. Komura's like, what is this? Is this a kiss? And then he realizes, oh no, obviously not. She's telling me to put the glasses on. So he tries to do that, and obviously, like, you know, like it is like putting glasses on a girl who you like. It's obviously like a huge thing, you know, like you'd be nervous and everything. So she like put it on her face. Oh my god, she gets so embarrassed. Right, that was that. Now then there was the next part with the whole love letter, and then these two girls, they dropped the letter, and Mia found it. Obviously Mia cannot read it, so Mia's like, oh, Komura-kun, can you please read this? And Komura is like, oh, like, what is this? And looks at it and sees that it's for Azuma-kun, and he's like, oh, it's for Azuma-kun. And I knew where this was going to go, and I'm like, okay, don't hand it over to her. You say that I'm going to go and give it to Azuma. But obviously he is so slow, he didn't realize what's going on. And he gives it to her, and she's like, oh, okay, then I'll give it to him. And she goes, and after she's like quite a distance away, then it clicks in his head, and he's like, oh wait, this isn't good. And he then like, you know, runs behind her and tries to, yeah. So okay, so obviously one thing I can see here, like, I'm like, there's like a few sections I can see that obviously he's not used to this whole situation, but there's like some decisions that he takes is quite, I guess you could say, you know, like quite foolish. Like, you know, like it's like a few decisions that he takes are quite foolish, and he's a bit slow in, like, you know, taking like these type of decisions, and that actually makes these situations worse. But then I thought, like, wait a minute, what am I even talking about? This kid is 13 years old. Which 13? I think he's 13 years, isn't he? Which 13-year-old kid, like, understands, like, would be able to understand what's going to happen in these type of situations? No one. He's 13. He's a kid. So obviously he will be slow in these type of situations, and you know, like, he will not be used to these. Like, it's not that he's 18 or 19 or 20. He's 13. I think he's 13. Like, I think they mentioned it on the previous episode. So I'm like, yeah, that fair enough. Then, you know, like, I guess, like, you know, because he's so young, obviously he wouldn't realize that. But I guess if you think about it in that way, the one who's weird here is actually Azuma. Like, how the hell has he so much charisma in that young age? Like, what the hell? Like, what he maxed out his charisma at the age of 13 years old or something? What's going on here? Like, right, so okay, anyways, so she goes in, and she's like, oh, Azuma-kun, here you go, a letter for you. And like, everyone's like, what the hell is happening? Yo, Mia gave a letter to Azuma. And Azuma's like, wait, this is for me? And she's like, yeah, and she doesn't really go, like, you know, elaborate much. And Azuma's like, okay. And Azuma, like, then goes outside. And then these girls, her friends, they're like, oh, you're also, like, you know, like Azuma as well? And she's like, yeah, I like him. Why are you talking about? Obviously she didn't realize what they're trying to say. Like, this is the thing, like, I guess the whole Suki in Japanese, Suki is like and love, like, it kind of means both. So it's a bit tricky in that type of situation. They are like, oh, you also like Azuma, like, and used Suki in the section of like. Obviously it means two different things. Suki can mean like and love as well. So, you know, like, in these type of situations, it's kind of confusing. Mia thought that she's talking about the like. Do you like him as a person? That's what Mia thought. And Mia's like, yeah, I do. And everyone's like, oh, what the hell is going on? And yeah, so there you go. So it is a bit, like, you know, kind of tricky. Like, you know, like, because most of the times, like, even during confessions, people use the word Suki. But at the same time, Suki also means like, you know. So there's, like, I've seen, like, very rare occasions where they use the word koi, that is love, you know, like, or I, which is also love. So, like, you know, like, most of the time they use Suki, and there's, like, very rare amounts of time where it's, like, extremely serious, they use aishiteru, or I like you, or I love you, that kind of thing. And then there's, like, another, like, you know, like, more, I guess you could say, serious word, which is koishiteru, which is like very serious, like I love you with all my heart, that kind of thing. So there's Suki, which everyone uses, you know, like for most of the confession, most of the time. Then there is aishiteru, and then there's koishiteru, which I've never heard in any place people using koishiteru. Aishiteru I did hear a few times, you know, like in few animes, but it's very serious. But most of the time they use Suki. So it's kind of confusing because of that, because Suki literally means love and like both. So it kind of confuses in these type of situations. And Komura's like, please, like, you know, like make that, like, you know, like clear the misunderstanding. However, Mia is not understanding what's going on. Mia's like, okay, like why are people asking me about Azuma? She's confused. While being unable to do anything in this situation, Komura goes out and looks like, and it's like spying on Azuma, and Azuma's like reading it and kind of smiles. And here's where he realizes that oh, it's not for him, it's someone else dropped it. Right. So here I kind of, when I was reacting, I'm like, oh, is he one of those guys? By that, what I meant was like, there is usually in these type of shows where it's like a rom-com, not a shoujo though, these type of characters, they are usually either they become like the wingman of the other character, or they become like a supporting character who like supports them throughout, you know, because this isn't like these type of shows don't have any drama. So that's why I said, if this was a shoujo manga or a shoujo anime, oh boy, this would have gone in a very different direction, you know. This would have went in a full, like, you know, love triangle or love square direction, and like full drama, full blown, like, you know, like, yeah. So just because this is like a normal, like, you know, like one rom-com show, is not going to go in that direction. In no way is it going to go in that direction. And that is why these type of characters in like, you know, rom-com shows which has like two main people, these type of characters, they're usually like the wingman or the like, you know, woman, or they're usually the supporting character or best friend supporting character who helps them out or kind of wants the other two to get together, that kind of thing, you know. So there you go. And I was like, oh, he's probably that type of a character, that type of a supporting character. And yeah, I was right by the end of it, because in these shows there isn't really any drama. They won't introduce any drama unless it's very necessary, especially in this whole, like, you know, in this direction, they won't introduce any kind of drama. So yeah, and that is why I usually like these type of shows a lot more than shoujo or, like, you know, like those type of rom-com shows. I've tried watching shoujo anime. It hurts my brain. I like, no offense to people who watch it, they like it, but it's shoujo's actually not for me. I've tried so many times, and there's like very few shoujos that really I really enjoyed. Like, one of the best shoujos I've said this multiple times before. One of the best shoujos I've watched is Kaicho wa Maid-sama, and I still adore that one. It has drama, but the drama is a lot more tolerable there and a lot more fun. And I really love the two main characters, Usumi Takui. No, what was his name? Takumi Usui? Wait, I forgot his name. Oh god. And the girl Misaki, I think that was her name. I just adored those two so much. So that is one shoujo anime I just absolutely adored, and I don't think any other shoujo anime has come close to that I really liked. Like, Horimiya was quite good as well, I remember. But yeah, so that is why I try to stay away. I've tried shoujo manga and shoujo anime. I cannot really carry on. Like, and after like a certain amount of time, it goes full crazy. And I just hate this type of unnecessary drama, just trying to just extend the whole thing with unnecessary drama. I just hate that. So I don't really go for shoujo. However, these type of shows I really enjoy because it has no drama. Like, you saw, there was like a very good situation when they could actually add a new character and introduce drama to this. But obviously they won't do that because this is not that type of show. So that is why they completely made this character into a character who is going to like support them. I think so. And like, that's how it went. Because later on, when like, you know, like this kid, like Komura, he's like just thinking what to do, what can I do, what's going on. Does even Mia, like, you know, like Mia did say that she likes him, but what does that mean? What does this love mean, like mean, and like all the things that he's like in his head. And when, you know, like Mia's like, what's going on? Like, you know, is something wrong? and he's like, oh, like nothing. And Mia-san, what do you think about Azuma? And she's like, oh yeah, I like him, you know, like yeah, like I fairly like him. And again, he's like, oh, what type of like is it in his head, you know? And then she's like, oh, I would get it if people were asking if I like you, but yeah, but why is everyone asking me about Azuma? So obviously she's confused. She's like, what's going on? I never talked to Azuma. Why is people asking me about Azuma? Yeah, I could understand if people ask about you to me, you know, because I interact with you. Then why is people asking me about Azuma suddenly? She's literally clueless about this whole situation. And then obviously Komura realizes, like, yeah, what the hell am I trying to do here? But then, you know, like Azuma comes in and Azuma is like, oh, here we go. Reply to the letter. And I think he knew that Komura's going to read it because obviously she cannot see properly. And that's why he exactly wrote that. And he's like, oh, here we go. And Mia like gives it to Komura. And Komura's like, oh, what is this? Like, you know, why is this bullying? Is he trying to bully me by letting me read this? But then he opens it and it's written that yes, Komura likes you too. I think something like that. Komura likes you too, Mia-san. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, obviously he knew that Komura's going to read it because Mia cannot see. And Mia's like, well, what's written in there? And Komura's like, it's just written that, you know, like, thank you for the letter. And over there, Azuma kind of cleared up the whole situation. He's like, oh, that letter wasn't from Mia-san, it was from someone else. You know, like, Mia-san just handed it over to me. And yeah, and that is where it ended. So there you go, that was it. And yeah, so this Azuma guy, obviously, it seems like he's going to kind of support these two. So yeah, so that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 3, I think. Yeah, episode number 3 of The Girl I Liked Forgot Her Glasses. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next week with another video on another episode of The Girl I Liked Forgot Her Glasses. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.